Hi everybody, how are you all doing? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all doing wonderfully well. Is it Tuesday today or is it Wednesday? It's Tuesday because tomorrow I have a very full-on day of trainings and all sorts. Okay, so my name's Queen from queenchomamedia.com and I am so excited to be here. The other day, literally last week, I basically completed a training, a 5-day challenge in my Facebook group called Celebrity Female Entrepreneurs, the group designed to help you to become the celebrity version of you. Now, I'm not just talking about the social media celebrity version of you, I'm talking about the celebrity version of you that actually goes to events, that actually is on television, that's on radio, podcast shows, in newspapers, in magazines, and so on and so forth. And that version of you is probably not on Facebook that much. And by the way, I love the idea of women entrepreneurs being on Facebook because I think it's really a powerful thing that we have to be able to give these trainings, from the comfort of our homes or the coffee shops that we go to or the events we attend or whatever it is. But I do also think that girl bosses can be smarter, and one of the ways to be smarter is to think about how you can leverage PR and media because why would you, it's a bit like someone that walks places all their life, but they never take the bus or they never take a car and they never want to fly. They don't want to fly anywhere. I just honestly think there's such an amazing opportunity to leverage your PR. How can you just want to be, taking the hardest way to build your business all your life when there's so many other things you could do? Imagine if you just had 3 extra interviews a month. Wouldn't that change your business forever? Let's get real. It would. It would. That's why women have this desire. A lot of women have a desire to be in the media because they know that deep down inside it's going to change the game for them. But they're also, a lot of women are afraid to go for it. So I want to just talk today about the 3 ways to impress the media when you have media interviews. And I'm also going to talk about how you can work with me if that's something that you're interested in. But I absolutely love helping women to break into the media. And so, like I said, I want to give you 3 quick tips. Three quick tips. And by the way, I am so excited as well. I'm actually in celebration mode because 3 of my clients have been featured in Her Story Matters magazine. And I just love when women that I work with, when it happens, when they get featured, when they get the opportunities, because I really honestly do think that sometimes we can wish and wish for things, but when it actually happens, it's a new ball game altogether. It's a whole nother thing. It's like people can be like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. But then when it actually happens, it's like, wow, this actually happened. And so the 3 ways to impress the media when you get booked for media interviews, I believe that one of the best ways to do this is to be prepared. So the first one I'll say is be prepared, be prepared, be prepared, be prepared, be prepared. And I'm talking about get things together as in, know what time your interview is, know the time zone. So because let's just get real, get interviewed sometimes in different countries, so the person interviewing us could be living in a different country, so we need to make sure that we are checking the time zones so we don't get things mixed up, because that's actually happened to me before. Let me use myself as an example. I have thought that the time is this time and really it's another whole time, and luckily I was extremely early when this happened. But usually I get the time right because I don't really take media interviews lightly, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone should. It's something that is such a precious gift and an honor to have, so I don't think we should take it lightly. Okay, so get prepared in terms of know the time of your interview. Know exactly what you're going to wear. What are you going to wear for the interview? So be prepared in terms of what you're going to wear. What time is it? Who are you going with? Are you going alone? Do you have to travel there? Do you have to stay at a hotel? Get prepared in that sense, and everything to do with time, the travel, the map, know where this place is, because it might not be in your local area. It could be very, very far. So getting prepared in that kind of way will really help you to be ready for the media interview when it comes up. Is it online? Is it, and read all the information, know what they want on the show, do some research before you go and do a media interview so that you can be fully prepared to answer questions that they want you to answer. Okay, let's go to number 2, because number 2 is similar to what I'm just saying now. Number 2 would be to ask them if they can send you any questions in advance. Sometimes they will do this, sometimes they won't. They might want it to be a bit more spontaneous, but that it doesn't help to ask, because there could be maybe 6 questions that they'll send you, and then you can prepare and you can work on your interview technique and improve it. So you could do things like, be interviewed by a friend. Honestly, answer me this question. Drop me an emoji below if you've ever done a practice interview, because I feel like that's one of the things that holds women back when it comes to amazing media interviews. It's just that they don't bother to even do mock interviews. Now, to be honest with you, whenever I'm speaking at an event, I don't even dare go there without practicing. You must be kidding. Like, it's just not professional. And I don't believe we should wing it. I don't believe we should just, I'm just going to jump on and just like, whatever I say is the thing. What if you say something that destroys your brand and destroys your business and destroys everything you've worked hard for overnight? You know, Warren Buffett was the person, the incredible leader that said that it takes 20 years to build a reputation. And then he talked about how, it takes 5 minutes to destroy it. And I'm paraphrasing, but you get what I'm saying. You get the drift that we can sometimes, because we don't want to put in the effort to do that little bit of extra, put in the extra time to just practice a little bit, go over our lines again, go over what we want to say. Because the reason why people do this stuff, the reason why people have a PR person or they're trained and they do want to hire people, do you know why? Because they want to avoid a PR crisis. The celebrities are wise enough to know that if they talk too much, something's going to come out that could affect their brand. I was just listening to, I was watching a video about JLo just a few minutes ago. And one of the things that JLo did was when she was, in fact, it may not have even been her. It could have been Ashanti that wrote, because basically it was meant to be that Ashanti wrote the song. And I think it was meant to be Real. I don't even know which song it was. One of the songs, I'm Real. I think it was meant to be I'm Real. And Ashanti had written, or she had like basically put together the lyrics, and there were some lyrics. One of the lyrics mentioned the N-word. And of course, Ashanti being a black woman, she can say the N-word. But with it being JLo, it didn't make sense for her to, obviously use that word. Because obviously, when you're when your ethnicity is not, if you're not black, and then you're using the N-word, it kind of comes across as racist. So the media, and the fans and stuff were not happy with her. They were really, people were furious with her. I remember watching the video where she had to sort of explain that Ja Rule wrote it and stuff. I think it was actually meant to be Ashanti that wrote it, but she said Ja Rule. The reason why I'm saying it might have been Ashanti is because I watched a video that talked a lot about JLo's, the people that wrote some of the songs that JLo had sang, and they mentioned that it was actually Ashanti that wrote this song. And so, of course, Ashanti probably, if she wrote it, or whether it's Ja Rule, they wrote it based on them being black, so they can kind of say it and it's no big deal. But like I said, that's why we need to be really careful what we say, because we might say, we may sing something or say something, and then it just it kind of backfires because we didn't remember that, I can't say those lyrics, or because, that sounds racist if it's coming from me and not from, somebody of that ethnicity. A lot of rappers say the N-word a lot. Nobody cares. But if a Caucasian said it, people may get very offended. Do you get what I mean? So I don't really believe that JLo intended to say something mean, but it's just, like I said, it was in that context. And so she had to explain that she wasn't the one that wrote the song and blah, blah, blah. And then it was all right in the end. But we don't want to be walking around making too many mistakes in the media. We want to keep these mistakes to a minimum, because there have been some celebrities that I could name now that haven't got careers anymore because of the things they've said. So that's why I believe that practice makes perfect. You can be outstanding if you're willing to practice. And I believe that if you honor those media interviews, you honor your speaking gigs, and you think, oh wow, oh my goodness, I'm gonna treat this like gold. I'm gonna treat this opportunity where I've been given to speak at a school with 30 young people there. I'm gonna treat it as if this is an opportunity to be on Oprah. That's when the opportunities, the bigger ones, the ones you've dreamed of forever, that's when they will come. Okay, so the third thing to do, and I kind of mentioned this already because I mentioned preparation in terms of getting your outfits together. I talked about, make sure you know where the location is and so on and so forth. But the third thing you want to do is you want to research the podcast show or the TV show or the magazine or whatever as much as possible. I kind of did say this a little bit, but I want to just make it like a standalone point. Research is the golden key to really mastering the media interview and being outstanding. Because think about it. Have you ever been for a job interview where you just knew about the company and they were impressed? That's exactly how to impress the media. When you know about the Guardian newspaper and you're going to be interviewed and you know so much about the Guardian and you're like, oh, I know that you were, you tell them when it all came into being, who was the person. I'm not saying you need to know everything, but knowing 5 fun facts or 5 intricate details about the PR, about the media house or the media source or the media show, will be something to, or even about the host. Maybe you're being interviewed by a podcast host or a radio presenter, and you knowing things about them will make you stand out and be outstanding on that interview, because you'll be able to connect with them and say things like, oh, I have a dog too, and I was born in America as well, or oh my goodness, you're from California, I'm from California, or things like that. You'll have things in common. You'll be like, oh my goodness, you speak German, I speak German, or my mother was from, Italy or whatever. You will be able to connect with them because you would have similarities and some common traits. Or whether it be things that maybe you've been to the country that they were born in, or maybe you also love the popcorn that they love or whatever. So I think it's really good to know some fun facts about these media brands and media sources, presenters, editors, journalists, you name it, so that you can have that deeper connection, okay? So I hope that these 3 tips were really beneficial for you and good for you. Very simple, but very powerful. Because like I said, people that are not prepared, what do they say? They say those who fail to prepare, plan to fail. What do they say? Prepare to fail. Those who fail to plan to fail. Okay, we don't want that. So the people that you see that are outstanding in the media is because they've planned, they have prepared, they have not just gone with the flow. Oh, I'm just going to turn up and I'm just going to come up no. People that do that in the media end up having their career just goes down bit by bit. I can name people who have careers in the media that at the moment are just like almost, people have been saying like they're about to be blacklisted, as in no one will work with them. You don't want to be that person that nobody wants to work with because of your attitude, your character. You're too rude, you're too cocky, too sarcastic, you always turn up late, you never turn up to the show when you're booked. Like, eventually the word will get around, or eventually you put a message out there that you're not worthy of interviews because you're rude or because you don't take it seriously or whatever it would be. So take it seriously. God is watching. And if he thinks, oh, you don't care and you just treat it like rubbish, then you're not going to get them. So I hope this has been helpful. And like I said, I'm really looking for a few more women to work with in terms of PR right now. I would love to take over your PR for you, help you to have your media page up. We're going to create a great press release together. We're going to do things like, I'm going to help you to, understand the media more, really know, like if you have a brand that literally is so media ready and you're just like, oh my goodness, you are already on fire in a very good way. You are like outstanding. You have everything it takes to be on TV. You have everything it takes to be in magazines. You have everything it takes to be on radio shows. You are just like the it woman. You are that girl boss that just should be known everywhere. And you just know that you're meant to be on stages. You're meant to be on radio shows. You're meant to be in magazines. You just know that by the way, even if you've already attracted these things, even if you've had these opportunities, you may just want to be like, you know what, I'm ready for more, because who said you have to just have, like, I've been on television over 100 times. I've been on BBC, London Radio, I've been on ITV2, ITV2, I've been on RSTV, I've been on Faith TV, I've been on Living TV. But if I could go on these channels again, of course I would. And if I could go on other channels that I've never been on before, or other shows that I've never been on before, of course I would. So why should you just be in Forbes once? Why can't you be in Forbes 5 times? Why should you just be in the New York Times once? Why can't you be in it 15 times? Why do we limit ourselves? Oh, I've been on that show, I've been in this magazine, and that's it now. Like, I've done magazines. No, you haven't. You've done 1 or 2. You need to think bigger. You need to stretch and grow. And in fact, why can't you be a regular contributor or reporter or even a TV presenter on a show? Like, why can't that be part of what you do? Who said you have to just be an entrepreneur and then that's it? Who said you couldn't also be a TV presenter or an actress or a model? And do you know what? The truth be told, many of you dream about these things inside, and the reason why you set up your business in the first place, one of the reasons, is because you wanted to have the freedom to be able to do those things that you can't do. I remember when I was speaking to one of my clients and she was like, Queen, I also want auditions. She was like, Queen, I want auditions. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for jumping on. One of my clients was like, Queen, I want auditions. I want to be, doing acting and singing. And she's a coach. She's a coach, she's a qualified consultant, and she's got a master's in consultancy and everything like that. But she was like, Queen, my secret desires are, I want to sing, I want to be on stage, and I want to do acting. And it was like, good, let's do this. Like, this is part of PR. like, who doesn't want to go on a red carpet, go to a red carpet event? My coach was once saying, one of my former coach was saying that she wants to be like in magazines, that she's decided she's going to be on red carpet events, she's going to be a celebrity. She's like, do you know what? I want to do it all. Why should I limit myself? And that's what I want to say to all of you ladies. Why do you need to limit yourself? You can have it all and do it all too. So if you want to do it all by yourself, if you're into the DIY thing, I'm going to drop a link to my PR media bundle. There's a 50% sale on that right now. It's like $157. So you can get that if you want to work on PR by yourself, and I have a Facebook group which you can join, and you can get some like incredible support there. Trainings like this, but where I'm going to go a little bit deeper and give you those juicy tips that I don't share anywhere else. And then what I also want to say is that if you want someone to do it for you, I do offer a pitch-in service. So like, just as you see on my wall right now, I do have women that have just like women that have worked with me already. Like, you know, these women have just been featured, and that's not like the first time that these ladies have had opportunities, and it's been really, really fun working with them. But I also, you know, I've got other clients that I'm working with, and I really have a few more spots for, I've got like about 3 more spots for one-on-one. So if you are interested, do indeed DM me. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what are your PR and media dreams. I would love to help you to really break into the media and to get your business out there in a big way. And you know what the results are of this? More clients, more, your reputation grows, your brand evolves. When you're in the media, you make a bigger impact. When you're in the media, you actually begin to shine in a bigger way. You know, it's a bit like, I've got this light here. Without the light, things are a little bit, you know, still all right, but it's quite dim. With the light, there's just this brightness that comes, and that's what the media does. It's like when you're in the media, there is just this light that switches on. In fact, they call it lights, camera, and action. So, I know that sounds a bit cheesy. Hi, Gia, thanks for jumping on. Let me know what you think about like media tips you need. Let me know if you've got any questions or thoughts. Gia, you were in my challenge, so active. Thank you so much. Gia is sending me the hearts. Thank you. Woohoo! I love the hearts. Gia says, hi, Queen. Hi, my lovely. How are you? Thank you for participating in my challenge, Gia. It was so, so cool. And I look forward to our interview tomorrow. Gia is actually one of my clients, and she's had some wonderful opportunities working with me. Obviously, she put in the work and she made it happen. Because I don't believe I can force anyone to be in the media. I don't believe I can. It's not just, I don't just like get it opportunities for anybody. If you're not a match for it, it's not going to happen. So I think that Gia was really a go-getter in my programs that she joined, and it's been a privilege to have you as a client, my lovely. And I look forward, hopefully, that we work together more. Well, we're working together in the PR media bundle, so let's hope that we continue this good work. So yeah, I just hope that this has been helpful, ladies and gents, whoever's watching right now. And it's so funny, I wanted to use my Christmas backdrop, and can you imagine that I can't find my tripod, and I'm like, I set the whole thing up, so I decided to come and use my light here to make it a bit bright and just sit on my couch. So I've got so much work to do. I basically am promoting a event at the moment, so I've got loads of emails to send, and so I will be jumping off, and I look forward to seeing you all. Gia says, I need to listen to this replay. Yes, definitely check out the replay, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.